Let's start with the weekly Bitcoin chart. The closing of the current weekly candle is the most important event in the past 9 months. That's why I wrote in the title that this week is decisive. You should be very cautious this week and pay attention to the closing of this weekly candle. As you can see, Bitcoin has been trying to break through the 200-week moving average for 5 consecutive weeks now. We have been trading below it for almost 9 months since June of last year, and for the first time since then, we have come very close to it. I remind you that this moving average has served as the main support line throughout the history of Bitcoin. Any bear market ended when this line turned into support. That's why it's a very important level, and we see 3 such moments in history before when the price of Bitcoin fell below this line, but then when it stopped, the bear market ended with support. Keep in mind that such indicators usually lag behind the actual price behavior, so it is practically impossible to determine the exact bottom. You can only understand the price range that will be near the bottom of the bear market, and this range can be quite wide. To make sure that these recent rallies are not a trap or a mini rebound in the bear market, we simply need a price breakthrough above this line and its consolidation as support. If this doesn't happen, well, it was too early. I will keep you updated on any changes on this channel as usual. The question is, we have been struggling with this line for 5 weeks already. Do we have a chance to break it this week? Well, I am not a financial advisor, so it's up to you to make decisions. However, I can suggest a few key metrics, such as trading volume in US dollars. It is worth noting that this is the change in trading volume on all major Bitcoin exchanges, not just one. Some people evaluate trading volumes based on only one exchange, but I will say that this is incorrect. It is necessary to use a tool that takes into account all major exchanges. The last volume increase was healthy because it rose together with the price of Bitcoin. This was a volume dictated by the growth in the number of buyers. However, before reaching this 200-week moving average, for some reason, he took a fall. This, if we want to be honest, is certainly not the end of the world, but it would be nice to see a healthy growth in volume dictated not by fear and sales volatility, but by the desire of buyers to buy. And for this growth in volumes to coincide with a breakthrough in the Bitcoin price above this line, then we have a chance to break through and increase purchase volumes right at the moment of reaching the 200-week moving average. This will be a great opportunity to break the situation and enter the territory of a bullish market. Another very important macro metric is the dollar index. The dollar has reached a turning point, which is critical for the stock market and cryptocurrency. This is a weekly chart of the dollar index, and we see that since the US Federal Reserve began a policy of tightening, the dollar has risen significantly. Yes, recently we saw a correction, but now the dollar has bounced back, and this correction has actually allowed the markets to grow and allowed Bitcoin to grow. Now we see that the dollar is starting to bounce back, which means that it is becoming stronger. In other words, people want to hold dollars now, which means that there is less money left for other assets, including cryptocurrency. This is especially true for Bitcoin and cryptocurrencies, as stable coins tied to the dollar account for a huge portion of the trading volume. So the dollar index is also a very important index. And if we see continued growth in this index, cryptocurrency may stop its growth, at least for now. And right now, the dollar index has bounced off the support line and is hitting the resistance line. Only whether it will break through depends on the future. Short and medium-term closures on this weekly candle on the dollar index will show what will happen next. So stay tuned for updates on this channel as they appear. If the video was interesting or useful, don't forget to like it. It would make me very happy. I always try to cover all the important events happening in the world of cryptocurrency and the economy and show them to you as quickly as possible. See you in the new videos, have a good day, big profits, and until next time.